Hey yo, what's up? You know what it is. It's your boy Triple the G.O.D. Welcome back to Kamen Super Climax Heroes, everybody. Continuing with our viewers' choice request and promise, for this being for one Seraphic King, I've been told that I need to take a look at the Black Sun, Kamen Rider Black. And you know what this screen does. And you know, because we're all about the family unity, why not select his stepbrother, the Shadow Moon? Shadow Moon! And again, you know what this screen does. So, we're just going to take a trip to the beach because, you know, it's fun and, you know, very special for brothers to bond on the beach. You can play in the sand and play in the water, you know, get something off the pier and violently beat your sibling to death. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. But we're going to do some special setup because we have a lot to get into today because I'm going to preface with the following. Now, when Seraphic King asked me, you know, to take a look at Kamen Rider Black, the reason was that I'm, you know, air quoting here and trying to, you know, pick apart what was said, but my job today is to try to find something worthwhile in Kamen Rider Black. And the thing is that there's worthwhile in everybody. The thing is that not everything comes as easy. Some characters can do stuff and all you do is press buttons. Other characters, it takes a little research and a little thought and trying to figure out what it is that character does and why did I just activate. Well, you know, because I was trying to get the controller with it, but that's neither here nor there. But the point of this primer is going to be is that we're going to learn a little bit about character interaction and gameplay flow, and these things are important when you pick any character in practice because learning what their character does, how their strings and their normals work, how their special works, what their rider fanatic, knowing everything about you, the character that you choose is important, and this is going to ring true through this whole primer. But enough about that. Let's get busy. Now we start off with the Mobile, which is a new one to introduce to the primer series. The guard dash. Now, here's what the guard dash does. If you run towards your opponent, press the mobile art button, you can run towards your opponent. Now, I'm just going to show you is that the guard dash is technically infinite as long as your opponent doesn't stuff you in any way or shoot you with something that would completely break your guard. Now, the guard dash protects you against projectiles coming towards you. Or I should rephrase and say things that the game considers a projectile. And let me get my guard meter up and let me show you what I mean. Which is why you know, one of the reasons why I picked Shadow Moon. Now, watch this. Let me get set up here because the game does not consider the Shadow Flash a projectile. Even though it looks like a projectile, it acts like a projectile, it ain't 20. There are a couple of moves in the game for a couple of characters that have projectile-like abilities, but the game doesn't treat it as such. And I think part of it may be because moves that have that, most of the moves that I've seen that have that property when it comes to a guard dash, is that they crumple usually. So that may have something to do with it. So, and again, you know, I need to do some more research on it, but I just think, you know, take my hypothesis as because moves like the Shadow Flash put you in a complete crumple state upon hit, is that the game doesn't consider it a projectile but more of a physical attack. So there's that. The other thing is that while this thing may be able to stop projectile code, physical attacks, stop it all day. Anything that's a physical attack, stop it. So one thing is, and let me put things back to normal, is that I see the guard dash like the counter pick to a character like Skull or DN who have the drive-by ability, because you can run straight through those and get right on your opponent, but for what they're shooting at you and how much meter it costs, and this not costing nothing but anything on the guard gauge, you know, it kind of balances it out. So if you really want to think of it on a metagame level, is that if you really, like I said, think about on a metagame level, that you can counter pick a character who has a drive-by ability with a character with a guard dash. So, you know, that's just another one of those little things that, you know, that if you want to take the game to a next level and think about it even deeper, that you do have that option. And now that we have talked so extensively about the guard dash, let's get back to doing actual stuff like doing this primer. Next is Black's Rider Art, which is old school mode. Now, every Heisei rider in the game this is their rider art. This is what they do. They don't do anything else. Even Even the one character that's not an Assault Gauge character, that being V3, even has old school mode, just so you know. I'll explain it again when we get to it, but I figured, you know, what the hell. Now, here's the thing about old school mode, and part of it I'm sure about and part of it I'm not so much, is that what old school mode does that I know is that it powers up any special, and I wish there was a way I can deactivate it, but you see the damage on that, but I'm just going to do it fully. Here's a normal rider kick. Here's me doing old school mode, doing that same rider kick. A little bit more damage. Now, the thing that I'm not really sure about is that does going old school mode affect normal? Because it looks like it does a little bit of negligible damage you wouldn't even understand or see in most cases, but I think that your whole move list is powered up until you do a special. So I have to do some more research on that, but I think that might be the case. And what's special about old school mode that you may or may not know is that when you do certain attacks, is that it go old school, like the announcer come on and say, this move does such and such and so and so. But we're not going to show those now. We're going to show those at the end of the video so you can hear everything they got to say as a fun little treat for you guys. So, with all that being said, you already saw what the jumping special is, the rider kick. As Black stated, neutral A is the Kingstone Flash, and directional special is a rider punch to the gut, or depending on the character, to the balls. You're taking a flaming rider punch to the balls. That's exactly what you want to do. Alright, let's go ahead and let's get into these strings. Okay, what we got first? We got the light string. Now, real good for rider cancels, but not rider cancels on the third hit. As you'll see, because of the way that a lot of Black's normals act, he's not really built for doing like long extended combos. It's more like doing short combos to do more damage. So, you know, that's kind of, it's like he's anti-hurricane style. Is that he does less hits that do more damage, and Hurricane style does more hits and does less damage. So take it like that. Next we have the light to heavy chain. 3 hits that buff. You can rider cancel that and do some additional cool stuff like that. So, you know, keep that in mind. What we got next? Oh, actually, I don't know how I forgot to do that. I need to turn off Super Reader because I have things to show you. Because Black is a, you know, Assault Gauge character and whatnot. What we got next? We have the left and right light to heavy. Yeah, we have the. I'm looking at my notes right now. Yeah, there we go. The left and right light to heavy chain. The light that not only is this one of his assault gauge, one of his assault charges, but the first heavy does jump cancel, and we'll get into what it does, but just so you see, it's light, heavy, special for that nice little rider kick. Alrighty, what we got next? We have the up and down light heavy chain, which is also a nice rider charge. As you see, nice and crumpleable, but you have to actually, you know, wait for the character be. Okay, let me see if I can explain. If you remember what I showed you with Wizard, if you look at the flame style video and that combo that I do that ends in drill, the same rules apply to juggling the Kingstone Flash. You have to actually wait till they hit that single bounce when they hit the ground, which means they're still in a juggle state, but actually you can juggle things that hit low, and then, you know, that second one puts them at a null at the end. So, you know, that's the difference between that. And as you no Black, as you saw other assault gauge charge, just to make sure that you know. Alright, what we got next? We have Black heavy chain. Now, I really like this chain personally to do the string that ends in, you know, an assault gauge charge, and I like the left and right light to heavy chain. So okay, why did I not do that other rider cancel? Wow. Alrighty, let's get back up to snuff. Let's get back up to. Yeah, okay. One more. I think I like that. Punch to this guy. Now, actually, I forgot to state that. It is a crumple stun after all, children. So, again, you can ride a finale off of it. Oh, and while I'm talking about things that crumple, remember our jump cancel combo that left and right like the heavy? No, not that, Black. Not that either. No. Ooh, missed it. Trying to get into the right spot. This is embarrassing. That does crumple, but it only crumples outside of a combo, so you can use it to set up for immediate zone wake up and stuff like that and catch your opponents rolling and stuff. So be sure to keep that in mind. And what else we got here? Back to our actual strings and progress, we have the up or down heavy chain. Oh, yeah, and it's like first hit does a juggle, the second one comes down. Now here's the thing, and let me actually turn on full meter for this because this has to be explained for the record. If I can actually pull it off. Now, you can rider cancel that, but I was pressing buttons and you can't do nothing after it. So, never rider cancel that combo with black ever. Don't do it because you can't act. Because the game still makes you go through the whole animation before black gets back to a neutral standing position. Do the combo as a finisher for alternate for doing something that doesn't end in an assault gauge charge. But I would not honestly be doing it for real off of anything else. And of course we have our jumping cancel chain with the light heavy special. Now, here's the thing that I really wanted to try to drive home today. Is about characters and not how two characters are created equal. Because of the way Black's normals do, like if you haven't been paying attention, is that they do step-ins before they come out. Or, you know, certain moves do things that knock them away into corners and stuff. And, you know, it's just odd. Very, very odd. So, you know, just, you know, stun them. But I just want to show you something real quick if I can actually pull it off. Because this doing his relaunch is all about knowing and watching for visual cues for like when the number of the combo hits come up and stuff like that. And it's just really weird because the reason why I'm making this point is that is that if you notice is that his attack come out extra slow because they have a bit of wind up. When I play with characters who usually when I do a jump cancel chain, I can do like 3 parts of the chain before they even get to air, and the game will push it all out there, and then I can ride a cancel, or do a special, or do this and do that. Learning how your characters work and really taking a deep look at that is always going to be key in anything. Not even about building combos or even about doing that, because we're talking about a basis about building offense. Because we ain't even talking about building combos, we're talking about straight basic one-on-one press a button building offense. Understanding that not all characters, you know, have instant gratification normals, which most characters that I do play, and I use the word instant gratification not loosely but as the actual word, because when I do something, I expect it to instantly come out. I don't need him to you know, step up forward and jab him. No. I want you to do it, but understanding that and coming to black and understanding that, you know, once I learned and figured out what it was, is that everything in the game is not instant gratification. And actually, you know, erasing that thought from your mind is going to be key, because you want to come to every character with a fresh head and understand that this character that I'm learning now is not like the character that I learned before. And that's kind of the key, especially with black. And maybe that may have been, you know, where a lot of people kind of get confused, because, you know, Serapis Kane's whole key to asking me to do this was trying to find something worthwhile in black, because of, you know, that I'm assuming for the same thing that I ran into was that, you know, black is an instant gratification when you do normal, and it takes a little work to get it together. So, you know, it is what it is with that, but that's what I make these promises for. That's why I do all the hard work, so you don't have to do it. So I'm learning as you're learning, and I'm sharing what we're learning. It's like helping me, helping you, help yourself. Ain't it wonderful? Oh, and one more thing about that jump cancel combo. We talked about jump normals. I don't know if we did, but if we didn't, jumping light, jumping heavy. Now, the only way you can get that normal to come out is through a jump cancel combo play. But the things you can do off it are awesome. One more time, look how fast he comes down. Now, imagine if black had a rider or starter with a super jump. Lord, that would be dumb. But before we get out of here, because he is an assault gauge character, and I do have my meter set to on, is that he does have some extended chain. First up is his light to heavy chain. Good for some rider canceling. Good for some rider canceling. Boom. What we got next? We have the we have his that's his that's a light heavy chain. So which is different from the first one, which was 3 lights to 2 heavy. So I just wanted to make that. Next up is his heavy chain. This is what I suggest that you do because it's real awesome, and it also goes with that. So I like using the left and right light, the heavy chain for my assault gauge charges because of because it's a little more versatile than that. It's a little more versatile, does some more hits, and because they do around the same damage, why not go for the extra hits and make sure that your combos are coming out. Oh, and I forgot. The Kingstone Flash does 6 hits instead of 3 in assault gauge mode. Rider punches, rider kicks and such. One more Kingstone Flash. So, I think that just about takes care of us today. I'm going to leave you with a special treat. So you can see hear all the different announcements and stuff for when old school mode goes on. So I hope that that these promises continue to be helpful. Serapis, I hope that you find something worthwhile in this, because trying to learn that relaunch combo was not a very nice thing. But but I'm glad to do it, and I'm glad I'm able to know that the comments that I get and the love I'm being shown, that these things are actually helping. So that gives me the drive to keep going. So if you got a request, make sure to let me know. It's like 50 million ways to do that. Y'all know this by now. But you know who it is. It's your boy Triple the G.O.D. I explains it all. I'll see you guys next time, man. Peace out.
フラッシュとはキングストーンのエネルギーを一気に放出する技である。ライダーパンチとは拳にキングストーンの力を集中させて相手に叩き込む必殺のパンチなのだ。行くぞ。させに行くぞ。ライダーパンチ。ライダーキック。フラッシュが最も得意としているキングストーンの力を乗せて放つ連続攻撃は恐ろしいまでの破壊力を秘めたまさに必殺の攻撃なのである。